Do you know that poor Queen Elizabeth, she was my queen as well as yours, never got barreled, Matt?
Never.
Welcome, listeners, to the Insiders. 30th of May, Matthew.
Jeez. How you doing?
Nearly June. In June, we will feel like a bag of prunes.
I feel like that already. It's been flat for too long here.
It's flat, man. There's not the surf. We had 2 days down here. It's kind of complete haggis. And so why wouldn't we be interested in talking about the debacle? I want to get right into it. I'm going to give you 2 heats. Medina or Ewing? Who won?
Before you kick on, what's cool about this, and this is just so everyone knows as well, is me and you have not spoke to each other about this. So I have no idea what you're about to say, and you have no idea what I'm about to say, which
we're
I'm
blind
really
bats against each other, listeners. We're as authentic as Jesus.
Exactly.
He's pretty authentic.
Sounds it. But yeah, without meaning to interrupt you.
Let me run with it.
Go.
You and Gabrielle, if you didn't know the scores, who would you have put as winner?
Oh, that's the hard one. I think that one is super close.
Okay. No, pick Italo, Griff.
Italo.
There you go.
And
You're going to ask me?
Yeah. I'll also throw in there before I ask you, because I'll ask you about this one as well. But in my personal opinion as well, the Griffin Philippe semi, the scores were way weird as well. I know that Philippe needed a 10 and he would have never got the 10, but even still, the scores were way off, in my opinion, on that.
Yeah, but he fell off a few times. He could have won it, but he fell off a few times. He probably should have won it.
But even I thought even Griff's scores in that heat were way off, But
off meaning up or down?
In that heat, down compared to others. But what did you think, what did you think, Gabby, Ethan?
Well, before watching it, I thought there was no way in the living universe that Ethan could win it. And then I saw that he won it. And then I actually saw Gabby's Instagram post. Well, we'll get to that. Anyway, I watched it and Gabby on a tight one. On a tight one.
And Italo Griff?
Oh, Italo.
Yeah. And what's weird for me is...
What do they have? Yeah, you got.
What's weird for me is like... So, legitimately, I put money before the event on Italo to win and Griffin to win the event on my betting thing, which is mad. And in the final, and it was like the difference...
So I had both of them?
Yeah, those were the 2 people I picked to win. I put a $5 on both. Italo was 30-1 and Griffin was 18-1. So crazy odds on both. And I got to the point where I'd literally bet 20 quid and I was with those 2 in the final. I was, no matter who won, was going to be way up. And actually wanted Griff to win. I prefer his style of surfing overall to Italo's. And yet, watching it, I was like, Italo, like, in my opinion, beat him by, like, clear 2 points.
Yeah, it's funny. I wanted to hear what you said because you're not an Italo fan, so that's a pretty honest call to get it from you. But I just watched it and just, he's just so fast. And, I can't remember. Some people don't like his style or whatever, but, like, why would you, like, it's not, for me, it's not even an argument on like style and flow, whatever. It's a pool.
Exactly.
You can't say that it's not meant for like complete performance tricks, tagging everything the best way you can. Full stop. I'll get to a few other points that I've thought up of.
Yep.
wouldn't you think that they would just literally watch a snowboard comp over winter, all the 5 judges with, what's his name, wanker? Logan? And the guy,
Eric,
wouldn't you think they'd sit down and watch a snowboard comp or ice skating
or
gymnastics and say, oh, that's how you score a fixed run?
100%. They've got the perfect model with Street League from skateboarding. It's such a perfect model to use as an example. They actually score people down. The judges in the skateboarding events are so technically honed in that when a skater misses a trick, that to the crowd it might look like he's nailed it. They score him down, and then they play a replay and they go, oh yeah, look, he didn't actually lock his trucks on or whatever. So you're 100% right, and that's a point that you're gonna have to let me run here a little bit, because that's a point that
It's often the case, by the way, Matt. Can you just repeat what you said?
Yeah.
Say it again.
What one?
You're 100% right.
Yeah, well, you are.
Thanks, mate.
100% right, because
cheers, mate.
A few weeks ago, I think it was just before this event, I said that I hope the judges have taken note and can understand technical errors. And I think you took the piss out of me a little bit, which is all good. But the thing that annoyed me was Griffin's straight air in the final. He went to grab his rail and missed it, which is a mistake. And in my personal opinion, yeah, and you can see him go to grab it and he misses the grab. He still lands the air. But in my opinion, that is the same as if he went to do a turn, like a real big carve, and bogged a bit and skipped out and still rode out the turn. They would downscore him massively because they know what they're seeing. And to me, it was like, I reckon if there was an aerial specialist judging that part of the heat, they would have been like, oh, well, Griff went for the grab and missed it. It happened to Gabby. In Gabby and Ethan's heat, he went to do a double grab and the board didn't pop. And he still done a spin, rode out of it and shrugged his shoulders. And you can see he goes to go for the grab and he doesn't get it. That should be scored down, but Griffin wasn't scored down for it. And
why?
That annoyed me.
Why in the Lord's name would we imagine that they're bumping his scores, though? I don't think it's a conspiracy or anything. I think they're maybe in the moment or something. Is there something we all missed? Because when I'm watching him on the lefts, I think he's tapping, but if we're listening to the commentary, which was dribble, we're hearing how ripping they are. Like a few times I saw that where, like Gabrielle as well, like he didn't get past. Look, sorry, listeners, I'm on first name basis with Gab. That's why I call him Gabrielle. I don't call him Mr. Medina.
Exactly.
It was obvious he was holding back compared to his full capacity, wasn't it? Because he doesn't want to miss the wave running off, and you've only got 2 runs. Do you see it like that?
A little bit.
Like I see him ripping, which is already 25% better than nearly any single person on tour, bar maybe conditions like that, Italo, Felipe, and in this case, Ethan. But I thought he's kind of holding back a bit. And then when I saw Griff surfing, I can't see that same speed that I'm seeing with Gabrielle or Italo. They just look electric on that sort of wave.
Yeah, again, I agree. I think that to your point about Gabby surfing at maybe 75%, I think so. And then I think Ethan was first, and Ethan's second run.
His 907, you mean?
Yeah, his 907, where he actually surfed to 100% of his ability, basically, and he got an outside rotation in, like, number of perfect turns and then a small spinner at the end.
Have a look at his, sorry to cut you, have a look at his Instagram post, because this really change my mind on, like I think Gabby thought he got ripped off, and I think he's the best surfer on the tour, apart from John but John only in a certain realm of waves. But I saw this frontside hack. You'll see the hack of Ethan, and no one else is sending spray like that. No one, not even Gabby, none of them.
I don't think that Gabby and his post was about his heat. I personally believe it's all
maybe
to do.
It was about Italo.
I think it was all to do with Italo, and
yeah, maybe
not all of it, but I think
and him a little bit.
I think him a little bit, Felipe a little bit, but like most of it, Italo, because
he's got 9 million followers. How huge is that?
11.1 11.1 million is crazy.
More than that, more than WSL, more than Kelly, all them combined in one clean swoop. He's caused would you call it a racial?
No, I would call it.
No, but there's a couple of Brazilian guys like calling for death threats on Ethan. Dude.
Yeah,
because obviously how many followers has he got? Let's say X million. Is 90% of that X million Brazilian?
You'd guess so, yeah.
You'd think, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
And football fans.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's not really that many in there that are core surfers, I guess.
Yeah, I mean, I reckon there's a lot of core surfers.
There's not that many surfers.
But Brazilian surfers. But the thing I noticed, and this again is a bit of a tangent, but the reason why I think it's to do with Italo more is and this was filmed in January, but in Stab in the Dark, Italo explains that basically he's not on tour to make friends. He's not on tour to be party, and he's there to do a job and to win world titles, blah, 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 blah. And if you look at Italo's post from the other day, he basically backtracks on all of that. And he says, like, I was in it just for myself, but now this is bigger than me, and it's about this and that and the progression of the sport. And I think that Gabby coming out and calling them out on Italo's behalf first has like changed Italo's mind about how and what he's actually doing.
Is there a momentum switch here? Do you think Gabby can? I think, I'm nearly 100% positive Gabby's going to motor into the top 5, but can Italo get back up into there?
Well, potentially. I mean, after winning it, all he's got to do is...
He's got Rio. He didn't win it. Griff won it.
Well, yeah, so he finished second. All he's got to do is, win one more or win one, and then final in one or two more. And he's knocking on the door. John's still not won one.
Gabby could win Chopu, honest. I mean, Italo could win Chopu.
Yeah.
He charges like a mad dog bull.
How funny do you reckon it might become the case that if we get to Chopes and say Gabby and Felipe are locked in, that they start to kind of, if they've got Italo, just give him a buy,
give him a nudge.
Yeah, just be like, go on, you
like
just go.
Like the bike teams.
Yeah.
Take him under their wing.
What I wanted to say, though, is about, there's loads of points on this, but how much power do they have and how seriously are they taking it? Because if Gabby, Italo, and Philippe say those three, and the rest of say Zhao and Yago and Coabelli and the rest of the Brazilians, for example, say, right, we're not paddling out at El Salvador until something is resolved.
What if all the other dudes say the same thing? Because they say, look, there's a clear cut signal being sent out that we want decisive, clean, stylish, elegant, power, speed surfing. Because even though I think Italo won it, I still think that they're having a bit of a sookie about the fact that Griff and Ethan are getting scores. When Griff and Ethan, not necessarily in this case where I just thought didn't get those scores on the left. But when you watch Griff or Ethan, maybe you saw Griff in that. Do you watch the Lost Fish series.
Yeah, the 5-5.
You see him surfing trestles. When I watched, there's a section of him surfing trestles, and I thought there's not like he can easily beat Filippo if he surfs that good.
Yeah.
I easily. Like before, I think we thought that Filippo was unbeatable in that, but Griff actually looked like I saw that. I was like, maybe the best surfing I've ever seen in 4-foot rights.
Yeah, and I don't.
And beautiful.
And I think if you look at what they're saying, and a lot of them have come to the support of Ethan for getting death threats and saying it's ridiculous, and a lot of them have called out and
in
said
ice skating you got to do it beautifully.
Yeah, for
Ballroom
sure.
dancing.
But in ice skating you get given a clear criteria. You know, if they say this is a barrel riding contest and someone outruns the barrel and does an air, the air shouldn't
think they've only given out the judging criteria in English.
Well, I just think they're not sticking to it. If they're given the criteria of progressive high risk maneuvers, then it's about understanding for these guys how easy.
What does progressive mean there? Is Ethan's incredibly tight angled, deep in the water, fast, can go through a whole turn before someone else can even do a snap and be half on top of the water. Is that not progressive?
100%.
He's setting the new bar for the next young kid underneath him who's thick and fast that can do it faster and harder.
Yeah, see, that's why I didn't have a problem. I thought Ethan outscored Gabby. Like Gabby's frontside wave,
based on the fact that those couple of frontside turns he did on that wave are the best turns you've ever seen in your life, probably.
100%. I think that, like, when I went back and watched it, I was giving Ethan a 9 for his right and Gabby an 8.5 for his left, but I was giving Gabby an 8.5 for his right and Ethan an 8 for his left. So
no, I didn't get that technical. I just asked a few people, and all these people I asked here thought Ethan won.
Yeah,
one of them was a French pro kid's father.
Yeah,
guys next to the coffee shop, surf shop. Just Joe Blows. Everyone's watching it like us.
It's funny. I think the Gabby,
my friends anyway.
The Gabby and Medina heat. I actually was like, yeah, that's a draw. That, like, you can watch that back and you can go
Gabby and Medina or Gabby and Ethan.
Gabby and Ethan, sorry.
That would have been a hell heat, Gabby and Medina.
Gabby versus Gabby. Yeah. But I think I literally honestly thought that was a draw. But I actually think the right person went through, because I think the best wave out of all 4 waves was Ethan's right. So the highest score prevails and he went through.
Do you reckon after, we've already touched on this, do you reckon after all those years of just winning and smashing them, Gabby, Italo, and Felipe, they just can't handle people beating them? Even though I still think Italo should have won, maybe it's a bit close, and there's been close decisions go. So the big close decision goes against Ethan, right? Imagine. Is he going to do that? Is he going to make a post?
Very good point, because...
Do you think he would? I don't think so. I don't know.
I don't think Ethan would, but it actually goes to my next point of...
Jeremy, what up?
Well, yeah. But where does this now... Does this not now create an element that in El Salvador, which is the next event, like, if...
That's what I'm telling you. Like, I reckon there's been a bit of... It's putting a bad taste in everyone's mouth.
But also, is it not like, if you're a judge, if the judges are seeing this, are they not going to be like, oh, if they're unsure, they're just going to give Italo like a higher score, or Gabby
Why
a higher
don't they
score?
Judge it from a different country?
Oh, yeah, I mean, they might have to in
because you've got to see it live. That's why.
Yeah, I mean, they might have to in Brazil by the looks of things, because far out, like. I mean,
and then okay, so to be honest, I didn't see too much of the women's because it kind of just was hard to watch anyway. If you missed it, to go back and I couldn't find a heat analyzer and everything. I saw one or two waves of Carissa, who I just thought looked so fast, clean, and I just thought, okay, that she's unbeatable, and she was. I didn't see any of Molly's or any of that. I noticed Tyler and them all got knocked out early because they were on after the guys, and by then I was asleep.
This is where I have a problem with it,
and I had a massive weekend.
This is my kind of biggest area of problem with the judging and with the surfing is, and basically this goes back to the judging. Carissa won that in third gear and basically won by not taking any risks.
Safety surfing.
And I think that's a problem with the pool event because I would rather.
Hey, Tati must be in the top 5 then if she made the final.
Yeah, I don't know, to be honest, but I'm going back to the progression of the sport, which is basically what Italo and Gabby and all of that are going on about. And I think something's been missed here, which is the women's, like where was their reward for taking a risk? I didn't see any of it. I saw Carissa go, well, like we've all seen the air that she done in Newcastle.
So this is the point, Matt. They don't get enough runs. One, the girls aren't yet technically, not technically, they're just not confident enough to be able to nail a move like that on a double run where there's that much pressure at stake.
Mm-hmm. And
as opposed to Felipe, you see Felipe, first move, air reverse on 2 runs. Even on the run when he needed a score against Griff, was it?
Yeah.
Remember, he needed a score. He went straight into an air reverse on the first turn.
But that's the thing is, like, if you do the perfect run and fall on that last air, and you get so heavily down scored because of it, it stops progression. It encourages safety surfing, and it's bad.
But way back in our conversation, I reckon they should have to do 1 lip hit, 1 carve, 1 cutback, 1 barrel of 4 seconds,
100%,
1 aerial either straight or reverse,
100%. And this is
whatever.
This is going to go to an area,
and that then for example, instead of having the 10 backhand Rios in a row, which they're doing, you don't do that because you don't need to. You've got 5 maneuvers you got to do on that one long wave, and you just got to say, okay, I've got to do them. Where's the best spot to do them? If you do 100%. all 5, which you get scored on, and then you do a few extra other things that you get as bonus, you can maybe get bonus points.
Absolutely.
If you get all 5 done on the first half of the wave, sort of thing.
100%.
Then you're already at 8, and then whatever else you do, you get a bonus.
Absolutely, and you have 1 judge for each. You have
for each maneuver.
You have a head judge, and then you have a judge for each maneuver. The head judge judges the entire wave. The other judges judge, so you have an aerial specialist judging the air. You have Mick Fanning judging the car.
What about dress style, like colour of your boardies and shit like that?
100%.
Style judge.
Putting like fireworks off the back of your board and stuff. 100%.
What colour? Like a good wax job judge.
Yeah, exactly. I'll come and do the wax job judging for sure. It's got to be beady. But
is there a judge on how you get your little quad massage gun rubbed across the inside of your leg there? Did you see him doing that?
Yeah, all of them doing well.
I was thinking, Jesus, I wouldn't want one of those things in the inside of my thigh.
Not on TV.
You know what I mean?
Not on TV.
Could get a little bit. Sorry.
Back to your point, though, because
I'm sensitive in that area. I'm telling you.
But back to the judging criteria. The only thing is, and this is an area that I get excited by, that I think that you'll hate me for saying this, but that also leads into someone doing it switch. So
I hate you guts. Hate you guts.
Like, but if you've got someone who does a perfect or a great first run, they get their carve, they get their air, they get their Rio, like they get the barrel, they get an 8.5, and they're like, okay, how do I switch? How do I get this better? And they do the same run, but then go switch and do an air. There you go. Like, it's a more technical move to do it switch. It adds a degree of difficulty. If you land it, you get scored for it.
It's that trick that, like in the Olympics, when the girl that comes around at the last bit and they go, "Oh, the triple axe!"
Yeah,
with a twist.
Nearly beheads herself. And
I used to love watching the ice skating. I'm telling you, the Olympics, Winter Olympics, ice skating is one of the most. Even as a kid, I didn't necessarily want to do it, listeners, but like you see this level of athletic ability, and the girls are just absolute, like equal even Stevens with the guys, because it's been an older sport where the girls will get there quite soon for us.
Yeah, I think that solution to the judging is the way that progresses forward, especially for that event. Like, I'm not saying that for every event, it doesn't work for every event, but for that event, that's a format they don't use anywhere else, and they should change.
How interesting it is to chat about all this, because it's kind of pretty funny with the Gabby Instagram post and everything. I lost no sleep over this event and didn't think about 1 minute of the day. And right before the final, I just started watching Succession series 4 about 5 days ago, and I just turned it off because I didn't like what the scores they were given. And like I'd seen it that wave 100 times in a row. I even like the whole concept as well, and I like the new format and everything. And it's still not even a wink on a good day at Pipe or Chopu or J Bay. No. And let's hope El Salvador scores this year. Jesus, I hope. Sorry, Jesus. We mentioned your name twice tonight. Sorry, mate.
Jesus. I completely I didn't really I actually watched the event quite a lot, and I think the format was a massive success, and I think it's a huge success to get it done in 2 days. But the downside for me was actually, I looked forward to that event, looking at some people in the some people in the draw, and people like
And then when you see someone do a hell run and whatever, and you think, well, that should be a 9. And then when you see someone not do a hell run, hey, okay. So you know who else got stitched quickly? And then I'll get to this other point I wanted to mention. Liam O'Brien got stitched with JJF, huh? He should have got through that. John got a score and knocked Liam out. For me, it was Liam's was better.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have noticed it because it was an early round thing and everyone's trying to watch John. And then my other favourite part of the comp is that John and Jack just got dusted. And that shows that, who else in the world? Imagine it was at your home break and there's a 50-year storm and there's it's 10 to 15 foot top to bottom barreling in front of your pier, where if you fall off, you're going to be in hospital or whatever, and you see Jack and John paddle out, and they just make everything look so incredible. Like even paddling out, you know what I mean? They'll do 3 duck dives out the back. You know what I'm saying? Like their ability in the ocean.
Yeah.
I was happy, actually. They weren't meant for the pool, were they?
No. And did you see?
It just doesn't suit either of them.
Just someone else it doesn't suit who made me chuckle on Instagram was Geordie Smith.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. Was he talking about yoga or something?
Yeah, he said that's a wrap for this year's swimming gala after doing yoga in a tube. Let's hope for some real waves.
I saw him try and pull into a left, and I was just thinking he was just going, "Who are you guys kidding?"
It's funny.
I hope it's 6 to 8 foot J Bay. Honestly, I hope it's 6 to 8 foot J Bay and Geordie wins by a country mile and just retires.
I hope it's 6 to 8-foot J Bay and Geordie wins. I don't want him to retire because I just like him. I
He's
like
one
his
of the best surfers I've ever
honesty
seen.
and stuff. But the other
Geordie could win El Salvador. Anyway, yeah, I just wanted to say
100%.
about like I was stoked that Jack and John. Not stoked that they didn't go good, but it just shows you like imagine how good they are, how good they are. And do you think John's spent the last 4 or 5 years in between injuries going and surfing waves in pool? No way in the world. Check out the best video ever, just about ever, which was maps of home and him in Hawaii getting 20-foot barrels at Himalaya. I didn't mention the word. Mount Everest left. Just like it's just another world. And then watching him, is that the one where there's that pipe section?
That's the one where he gets
just
mental pipe, mental
super
human,
isn't it?
It's also the one where there's like he's surfing 2-foot waves and boosting like 8-foot airs.
And then watch Jack. There was a Billabong movie where he surfed something like 8 or 9 hours straight at the Bluff.
Yeah.
And was just getting taken off on like they're just not meant for the pool.
No. Even even
there's Jack's still in the top 5.
Yeah.
Like he's got Gabby and John right behind him. But he could hold on if his knee's good.
Yeah, he's got, this was going to be his weakest event. I think everyone kind of like saw this and thought, well, he should be good in El Salvador. He should be good at J-Bay. Sacaramas depends on the forecast. He's going to be mental at chokes. So Jackson adopted Brazilian. He'll be safe. He'll love it.
Yeah, and he can bust. Yeah, man. Last year, remember on that right straight off he took.
Well, look at the events he won.
Wouldn't you love to see a Ethan Gabby final? Nah, like even at J-Bay, like a rematch.
Yeah,
but Gabby can match anyone anyway.
100%.
I like to see Geordie win just because he hasn't had any wins in the last few years.
Definitely, I would if I could. I can't, but if I could, I'd already be putting money on Ethan at J-Bay. I don't think he's touchable out there, if I'm honest.
I think he's going to be running on so much, starting to look aggressive, you know what I mean, which is good. And maybe a couple of that Instagram wankersville will fire him up.
I think so. I think that's the positive that came from the pool is I actually saw Ethan go progressive and it made me think, fuck, if he makes it and it's 4-foot trestles, he can match them. Because that was progressive surfing and
he can match them all right. He just 100%. Needs it bigger than 2 foot.
And also, I thought Leo looked really, really good as well.
Incredible. Leo quarterfinals. He's top 10. He's back kind of where a lot of people expected him to be. A lot of people probably thought wasn't, but I've known him for a long time and he's got the ability.
Yeah. But I thought he brought the best out of Felipe. Like he lost to Felipe, but that was top gear.
He's just got his confidence.
Yeah.
I also noticed I went for a bike ride tonight. They're quads. I'm going to try. I'm going to get steroid injections and
that's what I've been saying. The gym. Honestly, I was watching it and I was like, far out. I need to just do leg day.
That's what me too. Let's just join up the gym together with, Skinny Men Unite.
When I come down, we'll do like sand dune runs with weights and stuff.
We're going to have to do a 1 word each do and don't because I just want to say we had some really good feedback on our wetsuit post for the free Whistler wetsuit. But did I tell you how good, because we talked about the need essentials last winter and I was just packing away my winter wetsuits the other day because I'm packing it away, man. I'm going in. I bought a short arm the other day, long leg, whatever. And I was frothing on my, which is weird. I'm frothing on wearing my 543 one again because it's all black.
Yeah.
I love them. Huh?
I've got to say as well.
I just want to be the core lord who walks down the beach all black wetties.
Yeah.
It's back.
Have you seen
black socks, black shoes, black wetties, black sunnies?
And have you seen the DB Journey board bags and backpacks and
Are they all black?
all black, like black.
Core.
It's
the most core
sick.
color there ever was.
And I was fortunate enough through Board Shop to get a new board bag for my from DB, and it's actually sick. It's adjustable in size, so it goes from 6'6" to 7'6" by like these straps on the end, but it's like blacked out. Everything on it is black.
7'6". Can you fit a 7'6" in that thing?
Yeah, 7'6" to 6'6". Yeah.
Well, you'd be lending it to me.
Yeah, it'll be with me. So, but that's as core as they're like. So now I've got the need suits that they sent me, which was sick, and then I've got these DB bags, and I was just like, "This looks."
Dye your hair black, dude. So, give me a one-word do. Hard, especially for a man like you.
One word.
Yeah.
Rewax.
Rewax. Kind of sounds like two words, listeners, but we'll leave. And rewax and a one-word don't.
Underscore.
Don't underscore. Yeah.
It's gonna be a challenge for you.
No.
Give me a one-word don't.
Procrastinate.
And a do.
Succession.
I've heard loads of people talk about it. I don't even know what
Best
it's about.
TV series ever, man. If you want, listeners, if you can wrap your eyes around it, like, it's not all about life's not all about something. I love watching series. I used to love reading, but come on,
Yeah,
visual content and everything. It's just the best. Roman and Kendall. The Roy. They're so filthy rich that there's no way you can relate to it.
he's salivating.
It's just insane to have these meetings and stuff. Oh, I love it. They're all looking at each other. So, and you know what? They're that filthy rich. So much coin, and they've never been barreled.
Never. But they
They've
could
been barreled. And I thought that
they could probably pay Raymana to drag them into a barrel. And if you haven't seen those videos,
they could, but they don't. I said it to my mate the other day, Robbie. Robbie was down here, Rob, from the north. Do you know the poor Queen Elizabeth? She was my queen as well as yours. Never got barreled, Matt.
Never.
Never even got a high line. Au revoir.
No. Au revoir.